Greetings to everyone who are watching this video. Okay, I'm Dr. Nidno Rahima from University Putra Malaysia. So today I will present on original study entitled as Assessing Acceptance Towards Improvement of Marine Habitat Conservation in Tioman Island, Pahang. Before we go in depth about this study, we first need to understand what it means with marine habitat. Okay, generally, marine habitat is the overall marine ecosystem that includes fishes, coral reef, organisms, and everything in the ocean. Okay, in this study, we are focusing on coastal marine habitat because it is important to the majority of marine life. Okay, because it provides safe neighborhood for young fishes and also a hiding spot for fish from its predator. However, marine habitat is threatened by contaminants in the ocean. Yeah, that impairs water quality and will have impact of the overall marine habitat. Okay, so this consequently will result in marine habitat degradation. This is what is happening in Tioman Island, yeah, because in Tioman Island we have rapid recreational activities. Yeah, for example, diving, snorkeling. It introduces contaminants. For example, the sunblock that we are wearing, yeah, it gets into the water. It is one of the contaminant that degrade the quality of the water. Okay, if this persists for a long time, it consequently will damage the marine habitat. I explained just now on how recreational activity will have negative impact towards marine habitat in Tioman Island, right? So, marine habitat in Island already have efforts on its conservation through the implementation of marine park. Okay, so the tourists and visitors of Tioman Island, they are required to pay 5 ringgit of conservation fee. That means there are already conservation effort. But the degradation of marine habitat is still happening. Okay, so what the gap here is that we need to improve the conservation effort. Okay, so we want to improve the marine habitat conservation effort. For the improvement, we would require increment in conservation costs. Yeah, because we want to make improvement, right? We want to step up the game, the strategies on how to conserve the marine habitat. So that means we would require the visitors or tourists to Tioman Island to pay more than 5 ringgit that they are paying right now for conservation fee. Okay, so that is why this study it focuses on public acceptance towards increasing the conservation fee for the purpose of conservation of marine habitat in Tioman Island. Therefore, the objective of this study is to determine the acceptance towards marine habitat conservation in Tioman Islands in terms of public's awareness on marine habitat conservation, in terms of their willingness to pay for the increment of the conservation fee, and also in terms of factors of their willingness to pay, yeah, for the increasing of conservation fee. This study will be significant towards the Department of Marine Park because we will give insight whether improvement in the conservation will be feasible or not, and also towards the visitors. If the conservation is made, the visitors can enjoy can enjoy the attraction of marine habitat in Tioman Island, and as well for future studies this study will set the ground, yeah, the baseline of marine habitat conservation. Okay, so to answer all the objectives set for the study, so this is the overall methodology implemented. Okay, this study used questionnaire as our data collection instrument, where the questionnaire comprises 4 sections on socio-demographic, awareness on marine habitat, awareness on the strategies for conservation, and also the section on willingness to pay. So for the development of the questionnaire, we undergone all the necessary steps for validity test and also reliability test. Okay, in terms of data collection, this study was conducted in Pahang among 385 respondents. For sampling plan, we use multi-stage sampling where we firstly cluster areas or district in Pahang based on their distance from Tioman Island. Yeah, nearby, intermediate, and further away distance. Okay. So for data analysis in answering our objective, we are using contingent valuation method. This is a prominent method to elicit willingness to pay. So under contingent valuation method, we make descriptive analysis, linear regression, and as well willingness to pay estimation. Okay, to answer the first objective, this is the result on level of awareness towards marine habitat. So, in the questionnaire, we give statements, generally about the functions and importance of marine habitat. So respondents needs to rate the statement based on the Likert scale. One strongly disagree until 5 strongly agree. As the result, majority of them agree with the statements about functions and importance of marine habitat. So to conclude, they have high awareness about marine habitats. This is another result, to answer the first objective about the awareness on conservation strategies, where we give statements about strategies for conservation of marine habitat, and respondents needs to rate this statement of the strategies from 1 to 5. So majority of them they agree with all of these strategies. That indicates that they have high awareness about strategies that can be implemented to conserve the marine habitat. Okay, so this is the result to answer objective 2 on willingness to pay for marine habitat conservation. In the table, you can see how we made the estimation of the willingness to pay. That finally, we obtained the value of 6 ringgit and 38 cents per visitor. Please remember the current conservation fee for marine park is 5 ringgit. And right now, we found that the visitors or respondents are willing to pay more, around 6 ringgit and 38 cents. When we add up the value of 5 ringgit and another value of willingness to pay, that means the overall value of conservation fee, then visitors or respondents willing to pay is 11 ringgit and 38 cents. This is the results to answer objective 3 on the factors that contributes to willingness to pay. We can refer to the left table on the coding of the variables included in the regression. Our dependent variable is the willingness to pay value and also the selected independent variables. Okay, we can refer to the right table, which is the result of our linear regression model. We can see the value of willingness to pay. It has significant relationship with respondents' age, awareness, and districts. From the results, we can conclude that public have high awareness when it comes to marine habitat conservation, and they are willing to pay more for the conservation. And this give implication towards feasibility, towards actual implementation to improve conservation of marine habitat. Okay, so that is all from me. Thank you.